What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Today we're taking a look at a product that I've actually had for a couple of years now, but I don't like to review things when I first get it. I like to try it out and kind of, kick the tires for a little while, run it through its paces, see how it does. And what that is some solar battery chargers. And, there's a million and one reasons why you might want to have this, not only for SHTF, but just to save money right now. I mean, the way things are going with electric rates and things like that, it just makes a lot of sense to do anything you can to use less energy each month. So one of the things my wife and I try to do is use these rechargeable batteries. And anytime I get the chance and the weather is permitting, I will use my little solar charger here to charge them up. And I think unboxing videos and stuff like that are pretty boring, so we'll just get right into it. I've already unboxed this thing. It's got some dirt and wear and tear on it, a little bit of dust on it here. But basically with this Zero is the brand of this one. You get a nice size little solar panel, seems to work well. It's got some sort of a magnetic deal here that keeps it closed. So that's a nice size right there. You could throw that right in your backpack or your bug out bag or something like that. It's got this little pocket back here where you have the actual charger, and this is what holds the battery. And this thing, it's a little bit gimmicky, but if you needed it in an emergency, you'd be glad to have it. It's got a little flashlight there, a little LED. It's fairly bright, so you could do that, use that. You can also charge other devices off of this little battery pack. So let's say you had a cell phone and, the cell grids were still active and everything, and you were in an emergency situation. You could, anything that has a USB hookup or connection, or the cable for it, you can hook that up and charge that up. You can also charge this directly off your computer or anything else that has like a USB import there. Anyways, it's been a really nice little thing. I got this as a gift a couple of years ago, and I've got some of the Amazon basic AA batteries in there right now. And they're pretty good. I was actually charging this thing earlier, but we've been in the triple digits for like the last few weeks here. So I started thinking about it. I was like, man, that might not be a good idea to have my batteries out there. I'm not real worried about the solar panel itself or this part of it, but just having the batteries out there. I pulled them in a while ago and they were like 120 degrees, so pretty warm. And so I decided that that probably wasn't the best way to go about it in the heat of the day, especially if you're in the South like I am, where you're going to have to run your air conditioner and stuff like that. One of the best things to do is set this up in a window inside. That way the batteries are being conditioned by the room air. But in a grid down situation, you probably wouldn't worry about it as much. And if you were worried about it on the really hot days, you could just charge it early in the morning and late in the evening, stuff like that. It never stopped charging, but they got hot to the touch, and I was like, man, I don't know if that's a good idea. But this has been a great little unit here. Pretty simple, plugs in. You could plug this directly into your phone, I believe. You'd probably have to get an adapter because that's a standard USB. But you should be able to charge straight into any device that will accept that. So it gives you a little versatility here with your solar panel. But yeah, I've been real happy with this one, especially just as far as the portability, the durability, everything. It's plastic, of course. All this part is plastic, but it feels pretty well built, and I haven't had any issues with it. I don't have the other cable in the, oh, here it is. It came with some other types of cables and stuff like that. Pretty happy with this device. You can do AA's, as I have in there right now, or AAA's, but you have to add this little sleeve thing here in. And that makes it to where the AAA's will fit in there and charge. So pretty interesting device. I really like it. Again, it seems high quality for what it is. I'm sure something like this could be had for, I would say well under $100, but I don't know. I'm not following that. And again, these were a gift to me. So I try to take care of them. And when I'm out, doing anything off grid, I'll be sure to take this with me so I can charge up any of the lights that I'm using around the campsite, like lights like this, or flashlights, or weapons lights, anything you can imagine that will run on a AA or a AAA. This thing is great for that. I'm not sure. There may be other adapters you could buy to where you'd be able to charge like 9-volt batteries and things like that. The next one we're going to look at here is from a great company called C. Crane. I'm familiar with them because of their radios. They've just made excellent radios for years and years. And this one here has a lot more versatility as far as the sizes it can charge. This can charge AA, AAA, C, or D. and prismatic sized batteries. So if you've got something that has like a special size battery for some of the weapons lights, that will help you out. But you can see here it's got a solar panel here on the top. And what I like about this one is it actually has a meter here. So when you first put it out in the sun with batteries in it, it will go all the way over there if your batteries are all the way dead. And you can see kind of as it goes when they're fully charged, when they're at 100%. And I just like an old-fashioned analog dial like that. It's just really nice. The other one that we looked at before, the Goal Zero, it actually just has a blinking light. And this is a little fidgety. Okay, I got that open. But you can just see here, it doesn't hold as many batteries. I think you can do, I know you can do 2 of the AA's because that's what we have in there right now. I think you can do up to 4 AAA's at a time, or 2, it looks like, D-cell batteries, or 2 C-cell batteries at a time. So the Goal Zero charges, 4 AA's at once, or 4 AAA's. So in that way, the Goal Zero is a little better. But if you need to charge some of those other odd size batteries, like for big flashlights, like your old-fashioned mag lights and things like that, you're going to need the D-cell batteries. And we all know the way things are going right now, batteries, every time I go and buy them, I'm just like, oh my God, they're more money each time. So this would be a great thing to stock up on, just for prepper items to have, not only for things that you could use in the future yourself, but for bartering. So if you can find a great deal on like Amazon batteries and things like that, I highly recommend them. They seem to be just as good as any of the other name brand batteries, and they're quite a bit cheaper. So I've been really happy with this setup, this C crane. I haven't used this one as much. I've tried to keep it nicer, and it's just not as portable. So I would be less inclined to throw this in a backpack, although it's not very heavy, but this one just folds up so much nicer. In fact, with the batteries in it, this one's a little bit heavier, but it's a slimmer package. You could fit that in a, in a backpack nicely. So check out the Goal Zero. This one's called the Nomad 7. And I'm sure they have other larger models, but just to get you kind of an introduction into this, because I never really thought about this before. My wife and I for years and years were just throwing away batteries, and we're like, hey, let's buy some rechargeables. We go through a lot of batteries because we use game cameras, trail cameras, whatever you want to call them, and each one of those has eight AA's in it. So that's kind of a big deal when you're going to replace those on multiple cameras, and you need those cameras for security purposes. So I've been real happy with this C crane unit, but I use this more of kind of a home station, a base station. And again, I don't have any of the D cells yet, but I'm planning on buying some. And, again, for some of these other odd size batteries, what they call it, prismatic sizes. So I'm assuming that means for some of your weird size batteries on your weapons lights, you should be able to charge it on this. I don't have any of those weird size battery weapons lights. All mine are the cheapies, but some of them take a different cell, and I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyways, guys, I hope this helps you out and encourages you to go out and get into solar on a small scale. It doesn't have to be going out and investing, in 15, 20 grand worth of solar panels. You could, for a couple of $100, you could get yourself set up where you never have to buy throw away batteries again. And that's just a great thing. Now, I'm sure these things have so many cycles, and then you'll have to buy more. So probably a good idea to have more batteries than you need. When the stuff does hit the fan, after about a week or so, I think a lot of people are going to be really hungry for that small power like this. And, although it's a small package, that packs a lot of punch. It'll run my game cams, it'll run my flashlights, any other devices you can think like that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know what you think, or if you have a favorite brand that you use that's other than these two brands. Again, these were gifts to me, so I was really happy to get them a couple of Christmases ago, and I'm just now getting around to doing a review on them. Great products, both of them. I highly recommend them. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Until then, we'll see you next time.